going on, guys?
What's going on?
We're back with the tag team again.
I am Merc B.
And I'm Q.
And today we're going to be talking about, I guess, a chicken and egg question.
Okay, chicken and egg.
Chicken and egg, what came first? Jumping right into it. The topic of today is, were you born gay?
Were you born gay?
Were you?
I don't know.
Hold on, girl. That's making too much noise. I don't know the microphone.
You want to start again?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What? I don't like this head situation. It's got a little better than this. It got much better than that. I can't even tell how it look. I don't care.
What's going on, guys? This is Q.
And this is Merc B.
How you doing? How you guys feeling?
Yo, what up? How are you today? The topic is, were you born gay?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're jumping right into it. And tell me, Quinn, were you born gay? Do you think you're born gay?
That's just it's a hard question to answer yes or no. I don't know. You know, there's some things that make me believe that I might have been.
Okay.
But then there are other things that make me feel like that maybe I wasn't. Maybe it was shaped by my environment.
Okay.
But you know, like I'm thinking back to like.
So he grew up in a tranny brothel. So he think he think possibly. No shit. I'm just playing.
You stupid.
No. What about your environment? Like, would you
Well, what I mean by that is like, okay, for instance, like. Whenever I can remember back in like kindergarten, like it was this little girl named Nikita Keith, and she had long, pretty hair, and she, you know, she was like black and Asian. She was Blasian. Okay. And she was like so pretty to me, and
Blasian hip hop and R&B.
But yeah, but like that, something like that. Blasian hip hop and R&B. That's funny. But no. She was a cute girl, and I used to really like her. You know, I was like kissing girls and stuff like that till I was about 15, but guess what? I was kissing boys too at 15.
See, I wasn't kissing no boys at 14. I was kissing girls at 4. I think the last girl I kissed was probably 14.
Oh, really? So that's
not quite, but you know, we'll talk about that later. But
whoa. Okay.
Yeah, no, but
So I don't. So I say all that to say I'm not really sure. Obviously, I can't remember when I was born what the situation was doing, but
you think because you kissed a girl at 15 that you was not born gay?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking that I had some attraction to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't kiss a girl now.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's odd to me.
Okay.
Was I kissing a girl because I was taught from socially what that was? Look, this pen is making too much noise.
Give it back.
And okay, then you need to learn how to control it.
All right.
Control your pen. Now,
I believe. You said you was kissing girls at 15, but like you said, you just mentioned the word social.
Okay, right. Social aspects.
So I'm saying that to say, of course, you know, I think a lot of guys grew up, a lot of gay guys grew up, you know, I mean, and may have had interactions with women in their lives.
Right.
But I think it's mostly due to socialization. I personally believe that I was born gay. And of course, like, you know, as a kid, as a young adolescent, you experiment and all of that.
Right.
But I feel like when I finally matured sexually, when I got to the age of like, you know, pre-adolescence, when it was like, or adolescence, when I started to realize, you know, the significance of you know, sex and romance and romantic relationships, you know, my feelings were, you know, I found out then that I was same-sex attracted. So even though I was, you know, probably, you know, the rumor mill had that I was a pretty good kisser, you know, amongst the girls, it still was, you know, once I became a certain age, I felt like I was same-sex attracted. So I felt like regardless of what I would have done prior to that personal, you know, or biological sexual awakening, you know, I
like that. Biological sexual awakening.
Yeah, like, you know, we all go through it. That's, you know, we hit puberty and we start to realize, you know, what the parts are actually really for. So,
right.
You know, so once you realize that, you know, like I said, I think that my attraction, it became clear to me that I was same-sex attracted. So in that regard, I believe that I was born gay.
Okay. Well, you know, I met a lot, you know, I was talking about my dating life, and you know, me moving here, I started meeting like a lot of guys that were saying they were bisexual, right?
Okay.
Well, a lot of guys that I was meeting that were saying that were generally in their early 20s.
Okay.
So, you know, I started thinking about that whole like born gay thing and versus the whole social aspect. I think that I think a lot of it is like socialized. I don't
Absolutely.
I don't really know if someone is born one or the other. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think. But see, this is the thing. This is the thing. I think with what you're saying. Like, I think that we all are pretty much socialized into heteronormative behavior.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think that. I mean, I know people are socialized in all directions,
right.
But I think it's a lot easier for a person that is actually a part of the sexual minority to claim to be a part of the majority because it's easier.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Also, you think they're lying when they say that?
No, I don't think that they're lying.
Oh.
I think it's easier to try to make attempts to assimilate.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because you're assimilating to the majority.
Right.
So I think that plays a part in it. I think as hopefully this society evolves and same gender attraction becomes a little bit less of a taboo, I think you will find a lot more people that will identify earlier.
Right.
What they.
Now, I don't know, you said something interesting before in a previous episode, gender versus sexuality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that maybe you could be born identifying with another gender or a particular gender, specific gender, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because when I was a young boy,
I was definitely one of those kids. I definitely
right?
identified differently. Like I was definitely, not
right.
conforming.
They had nothing to do with sexuality.
No,
That's why
not
we
at all.
have four-year-old little boys and stuff and little girls who are acting outside of their God-given gender.
Yeah.
If I'm saying that right.
Absolutely.
Like I used to. I won't go into me, but no, like
why? It's your show.
When I was little, I grew up in a kind of free household. You know what I'm saying? Like with my grandmother, my mother, they were like progressive people. Like if I wanted to play with a baby doll, I could do that.
Right. I grew up similarly.
And so, I didn't have those restrictions like, this is a male toy, this is a female toy.
Right.
It was like, it's a toy.
Yeah, it's a toy.
And so you can do that.
Yeah.
But I have cousins that were totally not given that choice.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a cousin and, it was him, he and his sister. He was not allowed to play with her toys. She was not allowed to play with his.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was very strict.
That is crazy.
I'm just saying, I wasn't given that option, but I gravitated more towards the more feminine.
That's
toys.
crazy. It would have been.
To do this
I could imagine just what you say. That I could imagine. Shout out to my sister Dee. Like I could imagine if I was young and we were not allowed to play with each other's toys. It would have been a full scale fucking mutiny in that bitch. I could just see me saying,
really?
but she my friend though. Why can't she play with my shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would have been a full scale fucking mutiny out that bitch. What? We can't play with each other. Shit, that's the whole point of having a sister or a brother. It's double the shit to play with. Like,
but I will say this though, my grandmother, even though she bought me gifts, she would buy me girl gifts, but she would never say it's like. She would never acknowledge that it's a girl gift. She'd be like, "Hey, I bought him this Easy Bake. He like muffin.
That's what he like.
muffin.
He love to eat muffin." I remember. Let me tell you. I remember we spent Christmas at my auntie's house one year, and that particular Christmas, I asked for a Barbie.
Oh gosh.
And I got it.
You asked for it?
I asked for it.
Woo.
I asked for it, and I got it. And
wow.
But this was the crazy thing. Like this was a Christmas where we all were gathering at my aunt's house. It was my great aunt actually. So it was my mother and my mother's brothers and sisters and all of their kids at Christmas dinner at Christmas, and we were all opening our gifts. And I opened up my doll, my Barbie, and I was super fucking hyped and psyched, and it sent the rest of my family up into an uproar. Shout out to into a tizzy hunting. But shout out to my mama for pushing that shit the fuck through.
Okay, that was a new agenda.
Yes, it was. Okay,
was
time to know the truth. Okay, and it was my time.
Yeah.
I came and I rejoiced. Because the new agenda was due. But, yo, so it was like, it sent the family up into an uproar. Like, why did you get that for?
Right.
My mom was like, he asked for it.
Wow.
Like, it's Christmas.
Wow,
You get
great.
what you asked for. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I would never ask for it, but you know, if it was lying around, I sure would grab it.
oh no,
that type of thing.
I was like, I wanted I asked for Barbie, I asked for Ken, I asked for the Corvette, I got it all.
I never asked for anything like that, like the My Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if I put rubber bands and started braiding the My Buddy here, you know, it was okay because it was a My Buddy.
It was a My Buddy,
My
right.
Little Pony. I like horses. When I was young, my grandma would buy me a My Little Pony. No, never mind. I braided the tail.
And you know, I think the funny thing about that is with the doll thing. I think with my mother is from a different time. I was saying that my mom actually made the connection that like action figures and dolls were actually the same thing. So it didn't matter to her. She was like, you know, because back I think back before our generation, like the G.I. Joe and the Barbie doll were the same size. They weren't little miniature, you know, the action figures were like miniature by the time we grew up.
That's true.
But in my mother's generation, they were the exact same size. It was like a male and female version of the same thing. So she more readily made that connection that, okay, well, if he asks me for a He-Man action figure or a Ken doll or a Barbie doll, is pretty much the same thing. So I think that, you know, that kind of worked in my favor on that particular Christmas. But like I said, I think it's one of those things where, well, like you originally mentioned, like, I think in our earlier generation, we just didn't have the vocabulary to realize that some people are born and don't necessarily gender identify with their biological sex.
I love it.
Did I bring it back around?
Yeah, you brought it back around. And so, does that then say, kind of answer our question about, could you possibly be born gay?
Me personally, I definitely think that, you know, I think that me not necessarily gender identifying, you know, in a cisgendered way, which means my gender and sex matches. I think having that experience led to me having the latitude to perceive sexuality as something that is, you know, that's something that can vary.
It's fluid.
Well, no, not even something that can be fluid, but something that is variant. Because my behavior was a variable or a variant to the normal. Then it also allowed me to, you know, more readily identify as a sexual variant.
Right.
You know
exactly. What I mean? I get it. I get it. So maybe that's it then.
I think it could be, but like I said, I think at the end of the day, you know, once you hit that, once your fruit has ripened, you'll know.
But you know, there are some
I heard
people,
somebody say, "You will know."
You will know.
You will. You will know.
You will know. But some people feel like that maybe they were born gay. I mean, excuse me. Let me reverse that. That maybe they were born straight, but because of not even social pressures, but things that have happened to them in their childhood. I've heard of many people say because of not so good things that have happened to them. Like some people have been, I'm going to put it out there, molested, and, you know, touched, or you know,
just exposed early, even if it's not necessarily a molestation or an attack. But
you know, and it just, I won't say that made them gay. But some people have said because that happened to them, that made them promiscuous. You know, like it made them different things. It affected them in their adulthood.
I get that.
So could it be that someone was born straight and then because of a situation that happened to them, they were shaped into what we know now as gay?
I think anything is possible. I definitely think that you know, I always, you know, the quills on my back rise when we get to talking about this and we talk about, you know, things like, you know, these types of instances or attacks or just those things. Because I think one of the things that a lot of mainstream culture does when it comes to talking about sexuality and sexual minorities is they like to kind of highlight these examples where this has occurred. You know, I know people in all instances of it. I know someone that, you know, was molested as a child, and they, you know, they grew up, you know, it was a same-sex molestation, but they, you know, they're completely a straight person. They didn't have any issues with that. And, you know, I know people that, you know, have experienced just the opposite, where they have been exposed to this at a very early age, and you know, therefore, you know, they think, you know, they believe their behavior was affected, or their perception of sexuality and their they think that was affected by it. You know, like I said, personally for me, I always approach that topic with a level of, you know, caution, because I think so many people run to that explanation of it. Not that it is invalid, not that it, you know, it isn't, but I think so many people apply that example or apply that as a reasoning or an explanation as to why it exists at all. I typically hear that a lot in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, it's like, and that even goes for like straight people. Like you said, even when you have somebody that's promiscuous, typically it's like when you deal with female promiscuity, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, this person was attacked or they were exposed to this early, and this is the reason for that. Which could be very true. Which could be very true. So I think that could definitely play a part into shaping someone's sexuality. I definitely think it can, just like it can in any other case. However, on the flip side of that same coin, I also think there are people, you know, like myself, that matured to be, you know, to be gay. You know what I mean? So I think
I didn't have any of those horrible experiences.
No, like wasn't didn't have anything, you know, any of those horrible experiences. You know, if anything that I was exposed to early in life that, you know, I probably shouldn't have been exposed to, it was poverty.
He was away with child.
I was away, with the weight of the world. Got a hell deep inside.
Okay, he learned many things.
With no weight in the world.
Shout out to MC.
But no, so I think, you know, people, you know, regularly speak about that when we think about sexual variations and things like that. You know, it's always an effort to try to explain it through some reasonable terminology. So I think in a lot of cases that gets applied to the explanation of why is anyone homosexual, or why is anyone lesbian or anything. So I think for a long time, because homosexuality has been viewed as such a negative thing, and even, you know, a form of psychological insanity. At one point in our history, I think, you know, those negative connotations are going to persist in trying to explain it.
And not only that, the need to explain is obviously upon us, because people still out here believe that it's a choice. It's a conscious choice that you make to be one or the other, which I never can say. I can honestly say, like, I never consciously said, Quinn, you're going to be gay from there on out. That was never. Is that how it worked for you?
No, I just knew I was going to be. I knew I was going to be gay. Like, I knew I was going to be a gay kid. Like, you know what I mean?
But
I never chose. Like, you know, I always say this to kind of dead that conversation. You know, always ask a straight person, when did you choose to be straight? And listen to the crickets. Because they not gonna know what the fuck you talking about when you say some shit like that. Just like I don't know what the fuck you talking about when you say, you know, that's their choice.
And if they choose that type of life, then it is what it is.
Okay, bitch. I don't know what you talking about, but you know that's what you say when you don't know what a bitch talking about.
Like,
okay, bitch. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, but alright. Bitches is choosing shit now. Okay. Bitch, okay.
I actually heard a gay person say they chose though. Like, you choose your actions. You do not choose your sexuality. Like, just like I don't choose who I like, I can choose what I do. Yeah, I may be gay and choose not to sleep with anyone or choose to sleep with 1,000 men. You know what I'm saying? That's what you choose.
Well,
you choose your actions.
You can definitely choose your behavior and your actions. I mean, if you think in terms of the Kinsey scale, there may be some people out there that fall very close to the middle, and it feels like a choice to them.
Well,
because they have, and if they have an equal attraction to both sexes, then these are the anointed ones that actually get to choose.
But no,
the rest of you regular bitches don't choose.
No, I still disagree. I think that if you are on that Kinsey scale, you still don't choose that. You choose,
you don't choose that. You choose your behavior once you realize where you fall on the spectrum.
Exactly.
You choose your behavior once you realize where you fall on the spectrum, but you would not be able to separate yourself from your placement on the scale.
Right.
Ooh, good grief.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I understood that.
Okay, good. I'm glad you understood it. I'm glad you understood it.
Rewind.
Okay.
And listen to it again, because that made sense.
Okay.
That's
so yeah, I get it. So yeah, like was I born gay? Probably so.
Was I born gay?
Did I know at birth? Probably not.
Okay.
Did
I care at birth? Who gave a damn?
Who gave a fuck?
But guess what? When I was 15, out there popping it.
Yes.
Popping.
I gave a fuck.
I gave a fuck.
I did.
I'm giving a fuck.
I did. Okay.
So it don't matter if you're born gay. Bottom line is, I didn't choose that.
And neither did you.
You ain't choose it. But I choose to do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because even if I go out right now and sleep with a woman, and I can sleep with women for the rest of my life, I still don't get to choose my sexuality. I only get to choose my behavior. I'm still going to be gay, sleeping with women. Right.
And any of you women that I ever wind up sleeping with, please understand, you are sleeping with a gay guy.
Oh, but that, you know what? That brings this into focus, and it's not to belabor this point.
Okay.
But maybe this could be another topic, but can a true straight man choose to sleep with men?
Yeah, why not? I'm a true gay man, and I can sleep with a woman. I would totally sleep with a woman. Like, I would do it.
I sleep with a woman all the time. I just don't fuck.
I just don't have sex with her. No, but I'm saying, like, no shade. Like, I could totally do it, but I have to be, it has to be like, you're sleeping with the gay guy, miss, and that's not gonna, that's not gonna change. Like, you know what I mean?
So some of the guys out there that like to get their dates up by a guy, that don't make them gay.
No, because like, if I totally had porno sex with a woman, it would not make me straight. Like, nothing. You know what I mean? It's not gonna make me straight. Like, I could have a career in straight porn.
Right. So
and be like,
you heard that, Merc B. So Merc B said it. All the straight guys, if you can have sex with Q,
and you can still
be straight right now.
Yes, you can.
But
you ain't got to give up nothing.
You can find me on
at me Quintonio. And you can find me at Mercedes Boy. You can still be straight.
It's like Coke Zero.
Okay. What's going on?
I didn't finish what I had to say. It's like Coke Zero.
Just like that.
You can still have the fuzz and the fizz.
And the fizz and that sumptuous taste. That delicious taste without none of that guilt.
You can still have some of the...
Without none of that guilt, no postcoital guilt. No postcoital.
So you can still have some of this beat this out. You can still have this bubbly brown and this and you can have all this
jujammy
face.
Yeah.
And you will still be straight.
And you will still be straight. But no, seriously, like I said, so to make that point again, like, you can choose your behavior.
Yeah.
The behavior and the activity that you engage in does not make a determination about what you actually are.
It is.
Like, you know what I mean? Think of all of the gay men out there that have had heterosexual relationships and have maintained these relationships for numerous years.
Right.
But true. Deep down knew that they were gay.
Right.
Think of all of the gay guys that got so deep into their gay life, but then eventually wanted some pussy.
Thank you. Think of all the men that Merc B has slept with that have children. These men were gay when they were having those children. Oh, I'm sorry.
I ain't slept with nobody that got kids. Except at one time.
You got to tell me that story one day.
We got to tell that story.
Cause I've been dated some guys that have kids before.
Yeah. I only dated one. It was crazy.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. That's gonna be another topic for us. We're gonna talk about that dating and kids. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I think that really kind of sums it up. I would love to hear what the viewers had to say about your experiences. Like, what do you believe? Do you believe you were born gay? Do you believe you're not? Do you believe you choose to be gay? Like, tell us something. Get on, and which we know you will. Leave your comments and let us hear about it.
All right.
We love ya.
We love you. Once again, this is Merc B at Mercedes Boy on Twitter.
And I'm Q at Me Quintonio on Quitter.
Don't quit.
It's Quitter. It's Quitter. It's a Q world. You know what I'm saying? So it's Quitter. But Twitter for you guys, okay?
Alright, on Twitter. Thank you so much again for watching. This is the Tag Team.
We love ya. Peace.